Guys, this is Mike.
And Scott.
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
From Deepwood, Force of Will.
The one day I didn't get my haircut.
Exactly. Welcome to Deepwood.
Exactly. Deepwood Uncut.
Yeah. Scott's here profiling the deck that you just saw him play against Anthony. The wonderful Shaela versus Imul deck. You're seeing the Shaela version because Anthony doesn't want to show the Imul deck until it's totally finished.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome to Shaela's Thunderfish. So Shaela, quick overview. 2 blue, 1 colorless for Judgment. Energize it's for blue. Weather is always rain on your turn. You can tap her, search for weather change rain, but you don't play that in the deck because it's bad. And then her new unsealed ability is essentially pay 0 only during your turn, and you can either gain an electricity counter or remove an electricity counter to make the weather thunderstorm during your turn. So essentially, you're just ramping up electricity counters, and when you flip, you minimally want to get her other effect. She flips, so she's a 3-drop 10/12. Weather is always rain. On your turn and your opponent's turn, when she enters the field, she draws a card. You can pay 0 to activate her effect to make the weather thunderstorm until the end of the turn. And then her God's Art, which is her sealed ability. You pay 1 blue, remove 2 electricity counters from her. You destroy target J Resonator, and then rest the rest of their creatures on board for the turn. So essentially, that you kind of want to hold on to you're trying to go in for a board swing. And because we have the electricity counters for her, I've decided to go and use Pokemon Electric Energy. just for the fun. Yes. Essentially, you can easily gain electricity counters. That's not an issue. So she's a pretty good ruler, just generically. So you're constantly tapping for stone until you actually want to flip her to Judgment for game. Moving on to the stone lineup, we have 4 white-blue, 4 black-blue,
1 shipwreck,
and 1 white-black. Deck is literally mostly blue with a splash of more white. Actually, no, black and white, they're probably about the same amount in the deck. But yeah, that's essentially it. You want to see as much blue as you can.
For your fish.
Yeah, for your fish. Alright, on to the resonators. For the Thunderfish cards, we have 3 Thunderfish, 2 Mega Thunderfish, and 3 Giga Thunderfish. Goal of the deck, your essential win condition, is getting Giga Thunderfish onto the field, getting his effect off, and then bringing in the 2 others, or even realistically just the 1 Mega Thunderfish, because he can attack while it's Thunderstorm. So I mean, and then when Mega Thunderfish leaves the field, you return target Resonator to its owner's hand. When weather is Thunderstorm, he gets Swiftness and +2/+2. In order to use Giga Thunderfish's effect to search out the other 2, you need the weather to be Thunderstorm for his enter effect to go off. And then whenever he attacks, he deals 200 damage to your opponent's board, J Resonators. And then if he deals damage, doesn't matter by effect or by attacking, to your opponent's Resonators, J Resonators, they rest until he's gone from the field. So that is your essential board swing. You essentially lock them down, is what you're trying to do. So that's the Thunderfish line. Then also with the lock, we have 4 Silent Mermaids. Just so that way, as long as the weather's Thunderstorm on your turn, they can't do anything. They can't interrupt you by using cancel spells. They can't get rid of your things while you're attacking. So essentially, you want to have Silent Mermaid on the board when you're swinging in with Giga Thunderfish, so that way they can't do anything. They can't respond to you. They can't get rid of your creatures. So that's part of the stun. I'm playing 2 Luna's Attendant. which, in my opinion, I like them. They work. It's pay one. It's pay 1 blue. Give a J resonator barrier until the end of the turn. This meta, it currently has what, 20 or so stoning to deaths things that target creatures to kill them, destroy them, or do something to them. So paying 1 blue to give your creatures barrier, in my opinion, is really good. It keeps your stuff alive. It allows you to get those small attacks off to lower their life in order to get to game.
Or you can hit their creatures. Make sure they can't pump up and stuff.
No, that doesn't actually
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Barrier only says
no,
your opponent can't target things.
Yeah. 3 shade, Envoy of Darkness, life gain, as well as deals with resonators that are a problem. Just tap, deal 6, gain 600 life. Just an overall good card. Plus with Luna's Attendant, they try and kill him, I just barrier it. Also part of like the lockdown, we have 3 Mephistopheles. 2 white, 1 blue, 8/8, that when your opponent's J resonators enter the board, they come into the field rested. So essentially, you use him to keep them rested, then next turn play regular Thunderfish, so that way they can't untap during their next untap recovery step. So, and then you can just get like nice small attacks in without having to worry about them blocking it or getting rid of your stuff. So they kind of have to worry about getting rid of him first before playing any creatures. And then he's one of the new cards, one of the inverse cards, so when you Judgment, you can flip him. He becomes a 0-cost 10/10 flying Abdul that also gives -2/-2 to your opponent's board while he's on the field. Yeah, so that... I really just use him for the stun effect, making your opponent's creatures come in rested. Pretty good card, I like him. And then the 1 Mosasaurus for creatures. Either destroying a rested creature your opponent controls, a rested resonator your opponent controls, or keeping 3 of their stones tapped down through their recovery phase, so that way they have 3 less will to deal with, be it your board of whatever it is, and then also Mosasaurus. Just a one of, not really necessary. You want to get to Giga Thunderfish faster. Onto the spells and additions. I've got 3 Lightning Cave, non-water J resonators cannot gain. What is it? They lose and cannot gain swiftness and flying. So aggro decks are hurt by this. Anything with flying is just hurt by it. Plus, instead of using Shaela's ability to make it thunderstorm or raining, you just tap this, and it's just a 1 blue to do so, to get it onto the field, and then it's free every time just by tapping it. So it's just a good card for Thunder. 3 Keez' Call for stopping enter effects and then drawing a card. So part of the draw power, again, more stun, making sure that your opponent can't do anything, really. 4 Shaela's Foresight for getting rid of, attacking resonators, additions, letting you shuffle a graveyard back into the deck, and then drawing a card. And you can choose up to 3 of them. So that's just overall good. Plus, you get to recycle them in all of your grave to just keep going. 2 Cleansing Rain, because Shaela's Foresight only targets attacking resonators. If they have like an Abdul or something on the board, I can easily just Cleansing Rain, return it back to their hand, or if it's raining, to the top of their deck, and then go from there after untap step or anything.
You guys are such good guys.
Beautiful.
On me. And this is his sideboard.
Yep.
Addiction. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything if you guys want to drink.
Then discard package, 1 Scorn of Dark Alice and 2 Nameless Mist. Just some more control cards, figure out what's in their hands, see how to play around it. Standard discard package. 2 Final Battle. It's Final Battle. Blow up their board so that way you can get attacks through. And then final card, Dawn of the Earth. Give your things barrier. Make sure that if they're playing Lumia, that resonator gets removed from the game. If they're playing Imel, any creatures come into play or just removed. Gets rid of all of Imel's 0 cost inverse cards if they're on the board. Just gets rid of them, draws you a card. Lets you untap a creature to attack again if you really need it for that. So overall, just a lot of stun for the Thunderfish. But yeah, I like the deck. The idea behind it, it's really good against a lot of things theoretically. In testing, it worked out pretty decently. So I liked it. It was fun. Definitely good. Gonna do some more testing for it. So.
Opponent misplaying kind of sucks too.
You're lucky this is like a G video.